Hello, I just thought that it would be interesting to record a video of how NQ worked on my levels that I posted pretty much an hour before the market opened today. My levels are actually available from, even before I wake up, East Coast, 5 o'clock or something. But by the time I get up in West Coast, it's a little bit later. That's why it posted a little bit later, but they are available programmatically generated. And today is an interesting day to explain that price action, really well. So I thought it's a I can take a time to explain it and walk through that price action in a little bit more detail than I can do with the Twitter account. Sometimes the space is pretty limiting. So this chart is for Tuesday, May 4th, the Star Wars day. May the 4th be with you. So this being said, so before the market opened by 8 o'clock, you can see that the price started dropping from 13,694. And then where is my next level at that time? 664. So it printed, and I can zoom in here and you can see that it printed 664s one time, two time, three time, four time, five times, 5 minutes bar, and it kept rejecting. And it is pretty decent, probably scalpable bounce, 20 points or something. It is a slow time of the day. And then just before the market opened, it tested again. So when the price tests again at the same level multiple times, each time it tests, it's getting weakening, and unless it's consolidating. But this is a falling trend anyway, and before that 13,700 broke, so you have to be on guard. And the best way to catch that breaking down move is when it goes back again to the previous level and retest it. So it's just after the market open. So this yellow line is exactly the market open. Where did that price try to bounce? It tried to bounce to the previous support level that broke, which is 13,694, and exactly that's all it could do, and boom, it went. And this time you see the 13,664 level did not hold at all, and even 650 level did not hold at all. It went dropped all the way to 630, and then it immediately bounced back another 25 points. So that is that level by level action. So it's very common when there's a big move comes, one level get pushed out. So when there is already a level 664 tested so many times and it broke, then you already can guess that 650 is not likely to hold, and 630 even did not hold, and it broke, and now 650 and 650 to 664 area, that became a resistance. And that was the easiest quick tell to understand this is going to break hard. But I didn't get it because this is a very difficult time for me every day between 6 and 7 in the morning my time, or 9 and 10 in the morning in the East Coast time, because I'm always busy with work. And it is pretty quite quick to catch. If you didn't get it at that time, if it didn't short, and if you are not really have a gut feeling that this is likely to break, if it is going to go resistant, then you are not in it because it went too fast. And then it came to 578 level, and it exactly on that level, you see that small candle there, um, a small reaction, 578, and it bounced a little bit. That is 20, um, not 28, 18-point bounce, and that's it. And even that did not hold. And then the next one, it fell hard to 510, and that's where I kind of tried to buy, but I thought it would bounce more, so I didn't book profit. Sometimes it's kind of hard to realize, sometimes I like to stay for 510 to 578 the whole move. I was initially thinking that since we sold all the way there, 510 is a big one, and I was a little bit surprised it did not bounce all the way, so I didn't get anything out of it, and it started coming back against me. So I was like trying to put back and forth, which was not really good, because ideally it should bounce back to 578. That would have been a better short, but it did not do that. And I tried to buy, and I did not book profit, and it came back on me, trying to go below where my entry point was. So I had to keep going in and out there trying to guess. So between 10 and 11, it kept bouncing exactly that 510. So anybody who tried to exactly scalp against that 510, there were many opportunities. There are one, two, three, four, five, 6 times it bounced to 30 points each before it broke support. And then finally I shorted when it solidly broke that support. That was the best opportunity I got to short. I shorted from 510 and I stayed in short all the way to 420 at that time because I wanted to kind of give some room, because when market sold to this much low, it's very likely that sometimes it may not even touch it. It may get front run, and it touched 380, and from there it started bouncing. And another thing I wanted to say is that when I do this level, this was before market open. And once the market open, I get some additional levels based on the RTH price action. That is not in my opening post that I do on the Twitter, but on our tape reading channel, I do post them when I see them. And that's when when I said 540, 435 was the level. And then I also said that, so like, let me add it there, 545. This was another of the RTH level I get. So you can see that 545 is exactly where it went resistance. Then another one is 13, 435. Yes. Good night. Okay. Bye. And then another one that I added was 435, right? This was very important. I mentioned many times that if price gets over here at some point, which it did, here it went at 12 o'clock. It could not get over, but it started coming down. But my clue was that it was still making, higher lows. And then finally it completely went above and it came back 435, and that became support. And that's where I added 435. If you noticed it, I waited for this back test and then I added 435 and I held it all the way. So I did 380, 395 long to 435. From 435, I held all the way to 505, and I caught that. So this is an example of level by level price action walkthrough. So I hope this was useful. And if interested, and if somebody wants, I would be interested to do this once in a while when there is some big action happening in the market. But most of the time, what you can see is that even when people think that the market is not going anywhere and it is kind of stagnating, you can always find this type of price action between 510 and 545. It just goes back and forth. This is all I look at every day. I don't look at anything else, any other kind of indicator or anything. I just look at price. So make it much more easier for me. So I hope it was helpful, and have a good trading day tomorrow.